gloss over things that I've been going over and things that I plan to do in the near future. As for the next of this week, I could opt to do what someone said in the comment section and say, continue doing quick plays for certain things for, full completion. If not anything else, mystery endings, really. That is quite important. Because the Harbinger Horror series was supposed to be a kind of guide of sorts as well. Even though it was mostly for entertainment, but it turned out being what it is. Again, we'll give the stream about 20 to 30 seconds, just so it catches up, because whenever I go back and look at these as a VOD, sometimes what ends up happening is that I look at the very beginning of the stream, and it starts off like right before my first mystery, which does not fit well with me at all, so yeah, we're just gonna make sure the stream starts properly. We don't have to wait that long, but about a minute or so, up to a minute, 30 seconds to a minute is usually around where my streams cut into, so just making sure it works out is perfectly fine. But otherwise, we did complete the Harbinger Horror series, and we'll get into our first run in a hot moment. But yeah, it was a thing, so we'll see what I plan to do this week. I have 2 things planned mainly, well, a third really, and as we get to Goizo Medical History character exclusive random item Mimi. I didn't even show you the scoreboard. I'll show you the scoreboard really quickly, just at least getting into the run is pretty good. But we have a score of 1 with Katak, because there were a lot of oopsies made in the last episode. So, without further ado, we can start here, and let's check the lighthouse really quickly, because we'll need to go into that. Charisma, second mystery, light, dexterity, knowledge, maybe every single stat check, but no second encounter, no Takushi-san, just a lot of hoping. Every single stat check plus a light source, really. Are our odds. R-A-R-E space O-U-R odds. O-D-D-S. I almost said Z for some reason. Anywho, we have a random scalpel. Does it sell for anything? At least it does. I don't actually want to use that. That's kind of one of the pitfalls as Mimi when you start off with the scalpel on random item stats. You get a bad scalpel. You could get a good scalpel, but if it's really flipping a coin here between 3 damage and 5 damage, yeah, it can be really bad sometimes. I should pin a comment, but in the chat it's too late now, so I guess we'll go without it. Ramen, Botanist, Arms, Ward, and Coma. So Mimi can use the army knife. One question, didn't I say at one point I would allow myself to reset without losing if I got a repeated old god? I did. I forgot about that, actually, so thank you for reminding me. I guess after, well, we'll see, at episode, okay, so let me make the note of this, because otherwise I will forget. But about it, let's see, at Nuzlocke 60, I guess we'll swerve a little bit, because basically I wanted to complete this before Halloween. That doesn't look like it's going to happen. Unless I do what I said here and do this. Where should I put this, actually? I'll put it here. And if I do more streams of the Nuzlocke, then we will hit episode 60 really quickly. So don't do dupes. And the way that we'll do that is, so let's set the ground rules here, really quick ground rules. If anyone has any questions, suggestions, or modifications they want to offer, feel free to do so, either now or in the future if you're watching this as a VOD. I need to also keep disabling DVR, this has become a habit for me. But anywho, so what's going to happen is if I get to this point, which I'm going to call episode 60, and I should remember. I said 50, I think, at some point, and I completely forgot, so you reminded me. Thank you for doing that. But we'll hit 3 quick plays. If I get a dupe god, I'm going to hit 3 quick plays, including the one I did. If we don't get a different god, assuming I have a score of 2, and I did Katak and Itotu, if I do 3 quick plays and I get like Katak, Itotu, then what I'm going to do is just, remember the backstory and everything else, but the old god, and we'll just go from left to right. So left to right, priority, and that's just, yeah. If you get what I mean, you get what I mean, but I'll explain it more when we get there, because this could change, and there's no point talking more about it if I'm going to change it. But let's get Botanist done now. So yeah, I did say that, and I might have remembered it at some point, but yeah, you saying that, well, yeah, thank you for that, because I did forget. Anywho, we'll get on. Again, if there are any other suggestions and whatnot, please let me know. Otherwise, I mean, my vanilla 1.0 Nuzlocke is all about hitting quick play, which isn't the best thing, but eh. So, I think, yeah, we will sell the scalpel. Now, if the army knife is also bad, I'm gonna cry, but we'll see. I have to get 6 funds because it could cost 6 funds at the legal den here. We also need to get the thingy-majiggy at this some point, but it's a 90 speed, 4 damage army knife. I guess we'll do it. I guess we trade a curse for the hospital pass as well. That's interesting. I think that's actually worse for me, but let's find out, I guess. I'll do one encounter with it and see how bad it hurts. I'm pretty sure it's gonna hurt quite bad, but... yeah, we'll also grab Iwa here. He's pretty useful. I should have grabbed Iwa first and then did the hospital pass. The reason you want to do it in that order is so that when you grab your first ally, you can check your second ally as you're buying the hospital pass. That way, you're not wasting Doom. So now that I did Iwa second after getting the hospital pass, I would have to visit the illegal den again to see, and that wastes Doom. So a little bit of inefficiency there, but again, there are a lot of little things you can do, and they all do add up, in my opinion. Also, yes, I am playing... I did start playing Nikke, so I'm watching Crown over here shoot something, because on one account I have Crown Volume, because I drew Crown after the trying to play video, but before this stream. And then on my other account, I have Crow Vesti. So, so a huge, what do I want to say? Difference. Nice 12 roll on knowledge, by the way, game. Try to slip that past me. But anywho, let's continue moving on. So yeah, I'm just watching on the side, because obviously I'm like still at chapter 3, 4-ish. I just finished Chapter 3 on an account, so hey. And yeah, I usually, for gacha games, I usually like to run 2 accounts just to help with my own RNG. I could also reroll as well. I decided not to do that for Nikke, and I got what you saw, what you may or may not have saw, or have seen in the video. So, the thing about Blood Frenzy here is that normally you want to, I think the most efficient use of Blood Frenzy is if you say, can do 3 attack, or you get enough damage to one-shot enemies, which is somewhat what we can do here, but it's RNG based. What I mean by really efficient is that you can guarantee these attacks, but this is still efficient if I can hit a 60% into a 50, so about 20 seconds of advice here. But since I'm not going to gamble on that, then the next thing you want to do, I think, is that if Blood Frenzy allows you to... it gives an enemy 2 to 3 damage, or an odd number of damage, usually 3, because 5 is quite a lot. But if they have 3 damage, then you can at least brace, and that usually works out. I think it usually works better out for you. Like, so say if this is doing -2 all, and I only got 4 damage, do I get anything better? No, right? Because then I'd be taking -2 all damage in the case that Leech Girl was not benefiting from Blood Frenzy, which I do as well, but again, we're going through the motions here. So instead I can brace here, and if I hit this attack, which is not actually guaranteed either, but assuming my odds were better here, then we would be better off with the Blood Frenzy and this encounter than without. But I think even after about Mystery 1, I wouldn't really chance it. Basically, there are a few enemies where Blood Frenzy does provide you value, usually early on, because later on you're not really able to one-shot enemies anymore. And I say not really because it depends. You could be Aiko with Fast Swimmer and just Aiko. You could be Toshiaki with 3 books. You could be, and I mentioned, you know, here I am mentioning the best 3 characters in the game, but you get what I mean. So basically, yeah, let's roll on the 60% and see what happens. Of course I miss, but usually we're gonna take -2 all damage anyway here, so I don't really care. Keeping in mind that Blood Frenzy also helps your kick damage, but if you're also taking damage along with it, I wouldn't normally like it, but now I can't really get rid of Blood Frenzy without pretty much risking death, pretty much. Pretty much. Anywho. We'll move on here and see what happens. This is knowledge, please. Thank you. It's not the best spell, but at least it's one reason. That's really what 80% of spells in World of Horror boiled down to. They just become one reason because you just forget them. Some of them have, like, I think like 10 to 20% of that 80% have conditional uses, but for the most part, yeah, you're really not using more than 3 or 4 spells in the game. And even then, some of them are conditional. I think they're more healful, but like, well, let me see. There's Cauterize, there's Expel Evil, then there's Ghostly Spear and Mind Drain, and I think there are 1 or 2 other ones like Protective Carvings. Even in the middle of the run, at the end of your run, maybe not, but it depends. Depends on your situation. It does depend on your situation. Again, you could be Aiko You could be Aiko with Fast Swimmer. You could be Kyrie and immediately get Protective Carvings or something. There's a whole host of things that can be good for you that you can use things later on and not have to worry. If you're not planning on fighting any enemies anymore, Protective Carvings doesn't see any more use in the run, depending on where you are. So on and so forth. Oh, we need to take arms. Because we also need to grab these handcuffs, which I did not get. But we'll need them for ward. So, what are we doing here? Is this... What mystery? Oh, arms. I'm looking at arms in the face. We do want to put hospital, though, because we will be visiting the hospital. We might as well visit it here. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to. The problem is I'm at 47% Doom right now, and I'm a bit scared. And yeah, anywho. Let me just check something really quickly, because I feel like I didn't see something. It's fine. It's fine. 46% Doom on the start of the second mystery looking grim. Yeah, so don't really plan to use any other Doom increasing locations. Maybe a vending machine if I get to. This we run away from. Even if we didn't have Blood Frenzy, I would run away from that. That being said, what do I do for this? Lose 3 stamina. I guess we stick with it for now. If we run into this boss encounter though, we're dead. With Blood Frenzy, there's no shot. But I do want this level up first, so I'm thinking Goizo. So never mind. We can't even rest. I should have just been running, is what I'm trying to say. Not that we can't do that. Even though Blood Frenzy, if we're not fighting with Blood Frenzy, we might as well just run away. That's what I'm trying to say. So basically, what I want to happen is, I think I actually just want to level up through... No, I still want a point in knowledge. I probably even want a point in strength, but I think strength is on the 6th floor. So yeah, we just run a lot. That hurts my experience, and it's still hurting my Doom, but I'd be worse off HP-wise if I took those encounters, which is why we're just doing what we do. Is this max reason, by the way? It is. So basically, I can opt to take 7 stamina damage at any time, which is not great, but yeah, I don't think I have anything else I can use, can I? No. So if we were in Timeline B, we're dead. Okay, we're not, thankfully. 46% Doom isn't the worst thing in the world. You can definitely survive with 46% Doom, but I think that's a little bit above the threshold of, even if you know the game in and out, you should be either taking precautions, have a plan, or play very sparingly. I think I still want first aid here. Yeah, and I'm gonna take knowledge just to do the lighthouse. I should actually check the lighthouse right here. And then we need to take ward, but let me just make sure. Yeah, strength is our 6th floor if we have it. We don't have it yet, so I'm not really in a rush to increase strength, unless I want to fight something in brace, which I will want to do at some point, because unless I plan to run from my friend here, what I actually want to see is a doll nurse encounter, but at that point, we're basically just using... You'll just call it an exploit. Even though it's technically a bug, but it's a bug that works in your favor, so... You would lean. I would lean more towards using the term exploit. I readily admit it. But that being said, masochistic actually is going to help. Unfortunately, we're at max reason, so not really. But yeah, I need to one-shot this boss basically for this run to be a bit better. The threat level just increased back up to max, so maybe I should have just played with the scalpel and or not taken Ewa. But I think Ewa's better here. We have to roll on this luck check, by the way. We wanted to roll on that because I would have been able to decrease Doom, but hey. Contaminated water and time skip. Game woke up, chose violence. Yep, that's what happened. Sometimes the game decides that and you take the best of what you've got. I actually, funny enough, am willing to take out of funds here. But for the moment, let's see what this friend does for us. So, we can brace once here. Does that mean anything? If I hit the 70%, I think it does. Because then we get 13 damage and we should be able to handcuff. Yeah. Let's see if we hit 70% though. We do not. I can still throw out hands. I don't think I want to. I think we might as well just gamble on this. 60-60. Or sorry, 70-60. So 2 coin flips. Basically just need to win 2 coin flips. Well, just, but... I mean, we're locked in now, so... Yeah. Because the chance of missing 2 coin flips is, I mean, 25%, but still, could be very bad. We did that all to avoid running away and increasing Doom by 5, so... And just making sure that was contaminated water, right? Yeah, so... Goizo, on a run like this, not the greatest. It's workable, but if I had not done what I did and stuck with the Scalpel, but the Scalpel was only doing 3 damage. At this point, as I roll a 12 on Charisma, I should have actually just chosen the hardware store, even though we would have investigated. No, what should I have? No. Maybe I just got a bad hand here. I did get a bad hand, but this wasn't an impossible run by any means. I just made some bad decisions here and there. Yeah. But I won't. I mean, if I had my own subjective view on this run, I would say that this run, because Blood Frenzy and Fungal Growth on Mimi specifically doesn't lend itself well to a lot of fun. We'll take Strength here. Maybe we get the 6th floor, but 76% Doom and Rising does not look good. We'll take Stamina here, even though I had a lot of curses that I could just burn my stamina down, but. And we just kind of end up dying here, unless, yeah, that doesn't kill me immediately, thankfully. We'll take Hallucinations in the face. That hurts my army knife, but what do you want me to do? We're gonna die otherwise. And check Wound for clues. And into this lab I go. I think I can, yeah, I can. I've already taken Ward. Let's just grab some extra experience here. Unless we had Sailors last. I think we had Coma instead, though. And away we go. Let me take a drink. We do have the 6th floor, so hey. So into Coma we go, and you hope on a dream. We hope that nothing too bad happens. Double Blood Frenzy. At a certain point, I guess Blood Frenzy does help you out, but that's assuming you have like 4, 5, 6 Blood Frenzies, so you can one-shot nearly everything. But what happens is if you fight a boss, you're absolutely oofed. Like, just... Because there aren't a lot of bosses you can reliably one-shot. Maybe with 6 Blood Frenzy and a faster weapon, yes, but not really anything after that. I think this is 3 experience, right? Nope, because we rolled a 12 on Dexterity. Die, fool. We actually could just end up dying here. This isn't exactly free, is it? I'm not going to take the risk, because I don't want to take the risk. If we level up after the end here, we should be okay. But for the moment... Does Blood Frenzy not stack with against us? Because we are getting 6 damage here. I still don't want to eat this in the face, but if I had to... 6... 616 HP left. Then I go for 270%? That doesn't sound good, but I don't really have a choice. My Doom is high enough as it is. And we do have the 6th floor. Can't I fit in the strong here? No, I can't. So, let's see here. We still have to... Yeah, I think we have to gamble here. I don't have to gamble. I could take 2 stamina instead, but... I don't think that'd be for the best, because I need to survive the lighthouse, and I have every single stat check. Which means I'm losing 3 stamina and 2 reason. I don't have a light source either, so actually I'm losing 5 reason. Yeah, so I need to take this risk, basically, because otherwise we die at the lighthouse no matter what anyway. What I mean by risk is, unless I can do this, which I can't. This is 14 damage, but I don't want to throw the arm. Well, we don't have Takshi-san. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to do this, unless this doesn't do 2 or more damage. Okay, it does. This should be 14 damage. We get a branch for our trouble, not that I want to use it, but I mean, it's the only other weapon we have. And we see what happens here. Unfortunately, we can't actually take that. And we just eat this in the face and see what happens. Yeah, I think we died of reason no matter what. Or we died either reason or doom. The reason for that is that we don't have a light source, and we don't have 8 charisma. I could push something up to 8 charisma, but either way I need to heal reason through the level up instead, because I can't rest at the lighthouse twice. So we're dead no matter what, is basically. If I heal Reason and I somehow I'm good on Reason anyway, I pretty much die to stamina no matter what. Right? Yeah. Because if I heal Reason, I can't heal stamina, which I need. I can rest once, but we have 6 floors, which is 6 Doom, so... Resting 2 Doom plus 6, 8, we die. We'll level up just to do it, but... I promise you I'm dead here. So... I mean, just to last as long as possible, we'll rest once just to prove the point. I'm pretty sure I don't have any Doom decreases. If I did, I'm going to be very sad. We can't forget the thingy-majiggy, and never mind, we already did. So we just died on the first floor anyway. So no reason to show you the scoreboard anyway at the beginning of the run, because we were reset regardless as I remove Kathak here. And yeah, if I didn't do any dupe gods, I'd still be in just as bad a situation in that instance than I am here. Not saying that it's absolutely hopeless, but... because it would tremendously decrease the difficulty of the Nuzlocke, but for the most part, hey. I guess to kind of run... No, I won't say what I was going to say. I'm just going to hit quick play and move on. At the World of Horror character-specific Koji. So pretty much a normal run here. In fact, an easier run. But let's see what else we get. So second, Takushi-san. So all non-stat checks immediately, save for the light source, which is not in this run, but knowledge, strength, and dexterity. Yeah, let's actually just start playing consistently now at this point. Let's, well, I say play a bit more seriously, but that... I'm me, so that doesn't actually exist. Because what you would actually do is, I think you would actually do Schoolyard instead. So yeah, let's just do that. Let's just pretend to play somewhat consistently, even though that's gonna fall up... That hope is gonna quickly fall apart the moment I run into events that I forget. Because really, if you wanted to play consistently, you'd remember a lot more events. Well, made it to the lighthouse with a terrible sequence of events? Yeah. But I would really like to have survived in one. Ramen, bulletin, sailors, mermaids, and painting. So yeah. Let us do bulletin now. But so on and off shoot here as I kind of just autopilot and try to grab a weapon here. I did look into No, I'm Not Human. No, I'm Not a Human? What's the full name of the game? I feel really bad now, but basically, if you know what that name is, you'll know. But it's a game that's in, I think it's still in, not demo, but it's yet to be released. But the demo is out if you either, I think there are copies of the demo, but there's also a game that you can buy. I think it's like for a few dollars USD. Oh, hold on, let me just... look at this. I think I'm just gonna do knowledge here. Yeah, let's just do knowledge here. And basically, the demo of this game comes along with it, and I've seen a few people be playing it in the past few weeks. It's a very, very short game, as what it's worth, but it is like a demo early build. So, where I was going with this is essentially I could just replicate. I don't want to just copy things, but if I'm just gonna make free games, I could just do that in RPG Maker, but. Let's see. I'm not trying to dunk on anyone involved in the making of that game or developers of the game, but it does inject some ideas in my brain in what I can and cannot do. With a reasonable expectation, and of course they are their own game. They have their own aesthetic and whatnot, and I think it's a very good one. But unfortunately, I don't have the resources or the time to commit. Again, as I may have mentioned before, even a commitment of a few dollars can mean a lot to me. Because for a few dollars, I could also just grab something here and there for use in my own game. So, 6 strength, let's go for it. Rolled a 9, cool. I feel great. Also, we need to visit this forest, which is at max threat level. I did also forget my other mysteries, but hopefully we don't have any mansion mysteries as we... set the patrols to the forest so we can investigate in the forest. Basically a lot of horror games, and to that end, yeah, as I get closer and closer to my deadline, maybe I release the game I would plan to release, well, basically around this time, in November instead, but hey. And it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna be something very small. It's not gonna really ask for a lot of your time, and at this point I think I am just gonna make it free, but we'll see what happens. I did do the thing, yeah, I got the forest note, so we're okay here. Let's actually gamble on this. Oh my goodness, I can't roll well. 10 on a knowledge check, man. But anywho. Let's continue moving on. Yeah, I'm gonna put it to my ear. Hold on. If you could contact me faster, bulletin phone. Blood Moon, by the way, but, well, maybe we can prep attack at some point. That's hoping for a lot. And, yeah, away I go. I mean, I don't need to drink this because we're gonna heal up anyway. I'm actually gonna take experience here. Just for maybe a faster level up. Not that it helps me too much. We actually don't have a lot of mansion investigations. Sailor says a few, but we're saving that for last anyway, so let's just do painting now. We do have a light source. We don't have a light source check, but we have a light source. It's something that I often look over when I'm comparing the heavy-duty flashlight, even though when I say the name heavy-duty flashlight, in my mind it says, hey, things. Hold on, let me just do some spell management here, because yeah, I wouldn't like to take reason damage for no reason. Anywho, moving on. Forgot what I was talking about. I'll just move on. So Leech Girl, checking the stream really quickly. If I could hit both of these, that would be great. -2 all, but we're topped off at the moment, so of course I don't hit it though. So I'm just gonna get sad. I could opt to take more all damage, but let's just do this. Hopefully I hit one of these. Okay, good. Because overall, we're probably going to take another 2 all damage anyway, so might as well take the chance to take -1 all damage and then 2 again. But as we take quick thinking and move on with our lives, we'll take strength for the purposes of bracing and move on. Also, quick little shout out to anyone who's been playing my custom characters. I do thank you for it. I do try to pop in every now and again. Do I want this? The chainsaw would be appreciated. I'm gonna do this. We already have a light source. The flashlight would be good to throw, but yeah. But yeah, I've seen people play, and it's mostly Columbo, sometimes Elster. So I do thank everyone for that. I can't really pop into every stream for people who have played my characters, but I at least can acknowledge it. Anywho, you know, this would be interesting, but no, I think I'm just gonna brace instead. Now this doesn't lend itself to a very accurate attack. Can we even prep attack right now? No, we can't. I might as well just do this then. Yeah, these odds. I'm gonna take 3 reason damage for this, but I'd rather do this. I have 2 spells to forget, so it doesn't hurt me that much right now. But meh. And we have to let Amy go. So, mind wipe here. I don't like that, but I'm gonna do that because I want to level up, please. I mean, I could have held that for a moment, but yeah. Also, my Doom is near 50% right now, so let's, painting is, you know, we were investigating both high max threat level locations, so pain. Also, fetid fumes, so no more resting, really, and away we go. Yeah, away we go. Mermaids, ramen, sailors. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, and then I think we'll switch this over to the mansion, because we really only have mansion investigations left in this run, unless for some jolly reason I decide to do a thing. You know what, I'm actually going to grab the chainsaw here to avoid resting anymore, so we get that, and then we get flashbacks. Please give me the fuel immediately. No, it did not. Why would it? I'm going to reroll once here. Okay, well now we're at a score of 0. You know what? Let's just keep re-rolling here. Now I'm just curious. How long is it going to take me to get fuel? Oh my sweet goodness. That was at least 6 reroll. Well, we're dead here, but I'm not saying chainsaw is a bad weapon. By all means, it's a very, very good weapon. But at this point, that is the reason why I don't go for the chainsaw anymore. Because unless I can option select, like I'm going for a weapon anyway, but I have to know I'd have to be getting a light source. Yeah. The flip side is that yeah, we do very well in encounters. The sad news is we die to Doom here, but like I don't know what else I can say. Just exhibit 3,278. It's not good here. That's all I can really say. So we're just gonna gamble here. We might as well. And we're dead. We're dead to doom. So into the next round I go. We're already reset. I don't need to show you any of the scoreboard because we're at a score of 0 as I get into Cthulhu Knight Errant, character exclusive Moriko, which is far better in my opinion, even with Knight Errant. But we'll see what mysteries we get, won't we? Charisma, Light, Knowledge, second Takshi-san. This doesn't lend itself to a lot of good things, but I guess we'll just stick with it for the moment. So one of the other reasons I don't usually use schooler, this is a lesser reason, but it will matter here in that, well, yes, you're not using the school nurse as much. Schoolyard you're usually using if you're better off anyway, which is better than school nurse. And now that I'm thinking about it, not now, but when I think about it, yes, it is better, but. Basically, if it's in the realm of if you're losing, you're losing, but if you're winning, you're winning anyway. So, but that being said, it is very you will. I think I would rather advise people put schoolyard than school nurse. But that does change here and there. Like if you have Kathak and you have a lot of doom, you want school nurse because if you get bitten, you don't want that to become infected, as opposed to running into the. Preparing for funds and then visiting the doctor's office, which may break even, but still, you're using just as much doom. You might as well school nurse, especially if you have more than one minor injury. Mermaid, scissors, flood, sailors, metamorphosis. So I guess we take scissors immediately. Moriko gets to do this because she starts off with a weapon at all. But well, let's see. So yeah, I think we're gonna grab the cursed scissors here. We should be able to profit greatly off this, and then we can perfectly use the bullet perfectly fine. Although we are Moriko, so if we just end up getting both firearm perks, sure. But I think the cursed scissors still moderately breaks even, if nothing else, but we'll see. I haven't crunched the numbers behind that, so I don't want to say an untrue statement. But cursed scissors is still not bad at all. I could also opt to shoot this encounter as well. I could also opt to run. But I think we're just fine unless we get absolutely throttled in. Yeah, unless we get absolutely throttled in stamina. Although I could throw the wooden bat. Never mind. No, we one-shot this guy. Yeah, we one-shot this guy, or two-shot. Sorry. And yeah, let's go for the cursed scissors at this point. Which does mean I think we can play with the. We can play with the thing. I kind of lost my words here because we ran into another 3 stamina encounter. Can we do this, by the way? I'm just going to do it and see what happens. I should trade off reason here. Let's actually trade off some reason. So we can trade off... Really, I should trade off 2, but... You know what I should have done? I should have inspiring novel, but... I wasn't thinking. I'll admit it. But yeah, we'll trade off 2 reason before we do this. Just to kind of make things better for Scissor Lady here. We'll give in, so that's some reason lost, but I didn't know that was going to happen, otherwise I would not have traded reason. Either way would be lower on something, it kind of doesn't matter, but I think we can, yeah, we should be able to do this twice and be perfectly fine. We don't even need to throw the wooden bat, but it would have been nice. I think we can be a bit more efficient here, but for the moment... Yeah, 3-all for Cursed Scissors isn't so bad. Keeping in mind the Vengeful Athlete is our second encounter, we'll move on. Roads closed, so that's not great to see, but we'll deal. And let me see, Mermaids, Flood, yeah, so Flood, Metamorphosis. Where do I want to use the Inspiring Novel? Probably in Metamorphosis? Oh, yeah. Flood I don't mind as much. Maybe I do. But... if I'm looking at overall novel use, if I run into another enemy in Metamorphosis, I'd rather Inspiring Novel, even if it's Class of 1971 or something weird like that. So I guess we're going to take... Well, we will take Metamorphosis first, that way we can rest during Flood, theoretically speaking. But we'll pop the Inspiring Novel now, is what I was trying to say. I could also opt to use the vending machine for cigarettes, but let's wait on that for a moment. Cool, we got a proc curse, but for the moment... So let's see, we're doing Flood, right? Village, school. Oof. I did a max threat level school scissors. We'll set it to the school again, because I know I have to investigate the school at least once, maybe twice here? No. Once in Flood. Unless the theologist is in the school, then so be it. But for the moment, let's see what else happens. I think this is probably the only horror game where starting out with a bloody gun is not that much of an advantage. Yeah. And part of that is, let's admit it, I'll somewhat admit it at minimum most of the time. But it's that, yeah, guns in World of Horror are not designed well for Harbinger difficulty. Well, let's say the whole sentence here, because it does matter. Hold on, am I gonna be okay for this boss encounter? I guess I'm gonna find out. And then yeah, the fact that most of these, I mean, they're not. The old shotgun is not bad, but it's very specific to just Moriko or custom characters that you give the old shotgun to. But on the average case, you're normally the guns that you can pick up around in the game are already not really cost efficient. So you would rather work, and this kind of just transcends difficulty anyway, because even if you apply a strategy that works on Harbinger difficulty better than a strategy that doesn't work as well on Harbinger difficulty, you apply that. If you do the same on an easier difficulty, it just makes those runs easier to run a more consistent or better strategy than it is to run a strategy that does not work as well on Harbinger. In this case, say you like to go for the sports rifle, or old gods forbid the hunting rifle. That doesn't work as well in Harbinger, at least in my opinion, than it does to run old shotgun, or heck, even a strength weapon on Moriko. And if you do that on an easier difficulty, the run just gets easier, as opposed to running hunting rifle, which, you know, you could still run. You at least have the flexibility to run those weapons or strategies, but I'm struggling in real life, as I say. You could just run Cursed Scissors and be just fine. Anywho, so we only have 5 reason here. Well, we have 6 if we use Kinford, or if we forget Kinford Ritual, which is probably what I'm gonna do. But yeah, I think we just end up throwing the old shotgun. That being said, Moriko is Moriko, but you're given the old shotgun, so it's not really a firearms are great. It's more that Moriko starts off with a weapon that is geared towards her. I'm struggling in real life, that's all I really need to say. But we can do this, 60%? Sure. Now, if we take too much reason damage, I'm going to be very sad, but we're probably going to take 3 all damage. That's kind of the threshold we're looking at here. But if we get that many hits in, then yeah, we can just do this. Because otherwise we could have just done Desperate Action, but, you know. Fetid Fumes, that's going to hurt a little bit. But as long as we keep Bath, we should be relatively okay. I keep seeing something to the side on the corner of my eye, and I think it's the chat moving, but it's not. I'm going to take a drink of water as we smack this sweaty assailant. So yeah, it's Vengeful Athlete is a second encounter, just a reminder out of nowhere for myself. But yeah, here in Flood, you either want a lot of attacks at high accuracy or a lower accuracy, or one big attack guaranteed because of the... For those who don't know, because of the Theologist was in the school, by the way. And you can do that if you grab a damage researcher and you can hit at least, I say, 4 attacks, or go for 4 attacks, even at 50%, it might be better off for you that way. But theoretically it is, because if we assume you get a damage researcher and you get, say, even just a 3 damage weapon, then on average you're getting 8 damage per turn, so assuming you have around 50% accuracy. If you don't, so be it, but I think you understand where I'm getting at. You're getting at least 8 damage per turn, which is usually very good. Here we get like 12 or 11, or 10 damage, sorry. We can gamble on 50% here, so this isn't bad either, at least to begin with, but hey. I think I'm just going to end up throwing the old shotgun. Please let me hit both of these attacks then, at least. We didn't, so that just makes me sad, but we might as well do it again here, because otherwise we're just wasting damage. And yeah, we didn't hit any of those, so I think we just do this. We'll trade off stamina in the meanwhile, but yeah, that's not normally what you want to see. You want to hit at least one of these 2 attacks. It would have allowed me to save on some resources here and there, but what can you do, right? When the game decides nothing else. We're taking Night Errant penalty, but Flood is perfectly worth it. We're entering our fourth... Excuse me, water. But yeah, we're entering our fourth mystery with 45% Doom. We may be on 57% Doom, but still, this is a very good... this is very good efficiency, basically. And I'm assuming we're taking 12% more Doom because 2 Night Errant penalties, because mermaids... We could fight this teacher. We have handcuffs for him. But we're definitely taking the... Well, it depends. It depends on how it happens. I think... Is it Sailors next? For some reason, the last mystery was something that I thought I'm just going to take damage in, but I guess we'll find out. And I think at this point, should I run Intimidation? People just like doing Intimidate at 50% Doom here. I guess we're going to find out. Unless we get 2 allies immediately. Nope. Nope. Oh, okay, we got it. But I did lose Doom for that, so that's why I don't like doing that. Knowing my odds with even 4 charisma, maybe 6 charisma, it's a lot better, but I don't normally like Intimidation because when you fail, Doom increases, and if there's any amount, like unless it's like an 80-90% chance, even so I might be adverse to doing it. I'm not gonna gamble on something like that, but I just did, but everyone's saying that intimidating students to your cause is a good thing here for allies. I don't see it. Because you can't... Doom is already sparse enough on Harbinger, unless you're playing a good character, or one of the top 3 characters, in my opinion. Why hurt your Doom even more risking intimidation fails, is what I'm saying. At least for myself, but again, it depends on how good your odds are. And your odds do change based on, you know, how high your Doom is and whatnot, but I just don't see it. Anywho. If you hit both of these, I can go for this again. Can I? Six stamina damage to avoid a 6 Doom increase. I am willing to eat that in the face. That's assuming I hit this, though. 75%. Wah. We're gonna risk it. Okay, good. We hit this. The next question is, do I hit this? 75% again. No, can't I just do this? Yeah, right? Because then I can just prep strong. Yeah. So let's just do this. That way we can handcuff this guy. We also get a fire axe out of it, but the most important part is that we avoid the Night Errant penalty, as I almost got hit there. And we do have Daddy's Girl, so our stamina is healing, but let's try to avoid taking stamina damage if possible. What was that effect? It wasn't contaminated water. Freaky Flood? Yeah. But we're entering our last mystery now, which is Sailors. So this is timeline dependent. We can throw the Fatal Floor and the Library Notes, but let's wait until the end here. And let's also see if we get Drenched. Doesn't really matter because I'm doing Prep Strong. I would need like 3 Drench stacks for me to even consider... hey, things could be bad, but sitting pretty right now. 10 stamina, 7 reason, 65% Doom. We're on our last mystery. Now, we could just end up eating it in the face here, but I could also just opt to run for the moment. I know my second encounter, and I know my second mystery, so let's run from that one at least. Are we on a Thotu? Why are they doing so much damage? No, Cthulhu and something else. I guess we'll see. We'll trade stamina for reason here because we are on Cthulhu, but yeah, we just happen to get a lot of gun perks. That's quite unfortunate, but you know what? So be it. We could just end up taking a lot of reason damage and indirectly Doom damage, and that would be very, very, very bad. And to that end, I think we're just going to run from this as well. If we get Night Errant, though, we could be in a tricky situation, but for the moment, we're okay. I guess the real question is what timeline we're going to be on. I guess I'm going to Monument just to see. And away we're going to go. I should Monument again, but let's wait. Because I can't guarantee that I am not going to run out of funds. Oh my goodness. I know I only had 2 Dexterity, but still. We are on Timeline A, so we don't get the Night Errant penalty. So we should be okay. We should survive this run. But let's see. Let's find out for sure, shall we? So, without further ado, we want to heal stamina here. That's just the go-to. If your stamina is less than 9, just heal stamina. Unless your reason is like at 2, then you heal reason. But charisma, light, which we don't have, so we take 5 reason damage. Doesn't matter, we're perfectly fine on reason though. Knowledge, blah blah. Do we have the 6th floor? No. So basically we just walk up this lighthouse and we're perfectly fine. Also, I'll let you know right now, this stream, yeah, the rest of the streams for this month, unless I do a non-Nuzlocke stream, are probably going to be only about an hour long. Minimum an hour long. So I just want you to know that, because anyone to know that, because yeah, I gotta work on some stuff. I'm even doing some things on the side, but that's for other things, like other projects that will help people around me. But as I do this, let's see, what was this again? I think we took Metamorphosis. I almost said Flood for some reason. And that's partly because I also just like to do I have a priority system in place in terms of what mysteries I like to take, so it's easier for me to remember what mysteries I've taken. But as we update the scoreboard here with Tatarufu, hey, we're back at a score of 1. Now, I would like to end this at a score of 2, or possibly even 3, but that depends on how fast I do these runs, and how well I do them, obviously, but we'll see. So yeah, at around Nuzlocke episode 60, after 60, we will put in place the no dupe god rule, if I remember it. If I don't remember it, at that point, if someone reminds me again, I will just put it in place. But let's get into our next run, which is going to be, I almost said Ziktas, a Zal Cult character exclusive Kyrie. So while we're on Cult, we're still just going to take a bunch of Doom damage, basically. So let's see what I want to do. Second, Charisma, Knowledge, Dexterity, Takashi-san. I guess we're doing a Knowledge run here. Now, is it going to be the best? I don't know, but we'll see, right? Yeah, we'll see. We'll set Schoolyard again. And let's see if Azal just gives me the experience rule immediately. That's the one rule I think you want to see the least of, because there's really no other way aside from Police Station to avoid it. But even if you had the Police Station, if you have like Vigil, Flood, and Festival in a row, you're at the mercy of RNG to some extent. You can still kind of control where your experience, like when you're getting experience, but Coma, Arms, Kana, Ward, and Flood. So this is an example of could be a very bad experience run, but we're going to take Kana first. 1% for each curse, and yeah, that's not so bad at the moment, but let's hope nothing else that's bad happens. But anywho. So Cult Shop we go. Hopefully we see something immediately. It's going to be the best we get. Again, Ritual Dagger and the Small Candle are not bad weapons. In fact, they're very good because they have an extra effect that can benefit you at times. So that's better. That's better than actually an average weapon. And an average weapon, what I mean by an average weapon is something that's probably like 80-85 speed, does 4 damage. But if there are any other effects, if you have a damage increase, if you're a very fast weapon, you are better than most average weapons, at least in my opinion. Nice one roll on SDE. We'll visit the History Club once again as well, I guess. We'll grab Memory Extract. It could be good reason healing, but we want to watch out for a Doom now. This is not consistent, by the way. You should not be using History Club willy-nilly. In fact, you shouldn't be using it at all, but I just choose to. Really? It was the fun run? I should have known better than that, but... now we lose Monument. I should not have done that. I do it to myself. But anywho, moving on. That being said, most of the time, I will admit, I am just taking... nice 10 roll, by the way. I am just taking unnecessary Doom during most of my Azal runs, because I forget to avoid a rule. Usually the inventory one. That's the one that hits me the most, but hey. Are we going to be okay here, by the way? Immediately Cultist Hunter. Well, if we don't want to run away... yes, we do this. 70, 70, 70. Why am I doing this? Okay, good. We hit both of those, so we should be able to just do this and get out. That's not normal for me, but gotta take the risk where it happens, right? And let's grab Kana here and move on. 30% Doom, by the way, and no more Monument uses is not great to see, but we don't really get much else from it. Should I just gamble again here? No. So we're gonna do a reverse rest here. I'm just gonna do that, yeah, because Yeah, with that, we should be able to two-shot this enemy, which is normally what you want to do. If you're losing any more than -2 all on that enemy, maybe -3 all, yeah, it's not worth it. Anywho. Ooh! That being said, on the topic of using guns in the lore of World of Horror, to be fair, shooting a lot of enemies in World of Horror is probably not going to, in lore universe, kill them as well, so, or defeat them. So yeah. Anywho, moving on. 26% Doom, but Azal shenanigans are still gonna exist. And persist for this run, but hey. For the moment, we're okay. So, I think I did enable the illegal den, and I proceeded not to get the hospital pass. So what we're actually gonna do is do arms now. This is not a bad swerve, but I shouldn't have needed to do this. We're gonna witch tree for funds. We're going to witch tree for funds again. That's not great to see, but hallucinations mostly harmless. Fearful, however, is not what I wanted to see, but whatever. We want the funds. Hope I liked my gun-shaped paperweight. Yeah. Yeah, listen. Like I said, guns are, they're not bad in World of Horror if you're the old shotgun. It's just not going to... You know, magical weapons like the Ritual Dagger turn out that works better. Also, it was good to visit the tree twice for funds, because I was likely, as I suspected, going to lose funds anyway. That's all I really have to say for myself. That being said, I do need to store this hospital pass, because is all penalty. Might as well dodge here as well, if I can. If I can fit that in. Because we're gonna 3-turn this enemy anyway, we might as well go for a dodge chance, which, you know what? 50-50, why would I ever succeed that coin flip? Pain. And let's do another run here. Or no, do another. The reason why I said another run is because let's do. So basically, there's one more run after this left for the stream, and I think I'll call it. So just so I'm not wasting too much of your time, I would like to lower Doom, by the way. And yeah, I'm just gonna call it now because I know I'm already feeling the oof of my RNG. Let's not tempt fate anymore. Can I still fit this if I do this? Yes, I can. So what I mean by that is I can take concussion twice here. Now, if I fight the boss, though, you know what? Actually, I'm not. I'm just going to run from this guy. Because if we're on Timeline B, which we are, I would have died to this encounter. So, yeah. Do I dodge or brace? I guess go for a dodge. Go for a dodge and hope it works. Okay, good. We did dodge. And now we can just Desperate Struggle. So that's why I didn't want to immediately heal my reason so I can use Desperate Struggle to get out. I can still hold on to these things, but for the moment, let's just level up still. Second Sight, Self-Therapy. Self-Therapy is the consistent... Well, Second Sight is also consistent, but... I say Self-Therapy. You do want Ghost Connection if you take Self-Therapy, but for the moment... Or do I take Second Sight? We have Flood, right? Yeah, we have Flood, so let's actually take Second Sight. And we'll increase knowledge here. That hurts my brace tremendously, but... So be it. We do have Crimson Moon, so... Or Blood Moon active, so I guess, you know what? We are just doing Prep Attack, which will help out. In fact, I may even want to grab a Damage Researcher, but that depends on how hurt I'm going to be. I really shouldn't do that, but... Basically, it's RNG. If you go for a Damage Researcher and your RNG is good, then you don't need to worry as much. Oh, is he prepared to tackle me? Okay, good. I wasn't watching. But anywho. Let's move on. Yeah. Into the school we go. Oh, I just want to pass a check where I have a stat in, please. Into the forest we go. Anywho, we have to store these research notes. Can we help this dog? Oh my goodness, of course not. Well, I guess we're not getting a damage researcher. We've lost too much HP. Even though reason is really all we care about for Flood, I usually don't like to do that. Because this is very good HP recovery. Now, again, even if these cost 1 or 2 Doom, heck, even 2 Doom, I would still rest here because, like... The investigations hurting you is still going to do more damage overall, in my opinion, than resting for 2 Doom. If resting in Flood ever cost 2 Doom. That's all I really have to say. And yeah, now we just kind of sit here and prep attack to victory. Yeah, I think we just do this one more time, and with the power of Kana and the Theologist, we trade off some reason here, or stamina here, sorry. Then do prep strong. I would like to recover reason through the Ritual Dagger, which we did. And why did we get that, by the way? Was it because of things? Yeah, fearful hallucinations. So pain, but nothing we can do about it. We can't remove curses. Straight up. So, yeah, that's perfectly fine. It's not the worst thing in the world, but hey. Kinda wish they made something truly evil but more threatening. Almost a non-issue if you know what you're doing. Well, the whole theory behind STE is that there is a non-0% chance that it appears in a Harbinger run at least. And if it does, then you're in a lot of trouble. In fact, you're mostly gonna die. But yes, you're right. If for the most part you can avoid STE pretty much always. But there is a non-0% chance if you know, I think you can still proc STE with two on the counter. But with one, you're pretty much, I think it's still near or just 0%. And then 2, I think, is when you can run into it, but it's still very low. It's when you get to 3 or more that pain can happen, but yeah. Do we not have the handcuffs on us at the moment? Oh, I don't have the hospital pass on me. I'm going crazy here. Why am I doing this to myself? I also never got the handcuffs, so that's also not great. But for the moment, we're still going to use the hospital pass. It's still going to provide some use. I'm going to store the sewing kit as well, but yeah. Removing 2 investigations still here is still a good use of the hospital pass, because if you run into double nurses, that's an immediate big benefit. 3 investigations. Sorry, my mistake. Oh, my pain. Never mind, we ran into double nurses anyway, which we're just going to run from, because nope. And last night, we don't have handcuffs, so nothing else. Let's also toss away funds now. If I have something to sell, I think I do, we might as well toss away all of our funds. We can check this again. This should be 3 Doom. Yeah. So why are we losing 3 Doom? Is this actually like 1.5 per curse? Oh, that's Misery. Maybe Misery Parasite counts as well, but anywho, let's move on. We might just run from this as well. Yeah, I think we just run from this as well. That's too much damage we're taking. And away we go. We do have the 6th floor. I'd also forgot my second encounter if we have it. But for the moment, what do we want to take with us? So we want to sell something if possible. Probably just the sewing kit. Because out of funds is going to deal just as much damage as using the sewing kit. Recovers. And sewing kit also grants me 1 Doom because we're on Azal. And just gives me a curse straight up. So yeah, let's avoid hurting ourselves more. But anyway, into coma we go. 2 for each spell learned, but we can forget all of our spells at the end of this. In fact, we can even memory extract at the end of this run, and we should be okay. So let's find out. Great luck check, by the way. Didn't even need the +1 modifier because we rolled so badly, but hey, I would like to avoid losing more stamina, by the way. That's the one thing we had the least of, I think. But also, if you didn't know why I threw away funds and sold an item, it's to get the most use out of what I had at the moment. And considering the sewing kit was as it was, now if it's a very good item and it sells for funds, you don't want to sell it. But basically, it's up to you to make the decision there. Can we even do anything at this point? No, we're pretty much just running the whole time, aren't we? Yeah. That's too much damage for me to take. If it was a reason damage enemy, maybe, but no. Can we roll successfully on an event? That's all I'm asking. Really? We're gonna do this. So, yeah, let's just memory extract here. We're gonna level up no matter what before the end of this run. In fact, I didn't even need to use it twice because we did. I should have actually maybe used that, but no. And then let's also toss away these funds. Let's just make sure. Yeah, and with that, we should be perfectly fine for Doom. Stamina, on the other hand, a bit of a worry, but for the moment, we'll see. You mean the first time you got the message someone truly will call you sent? Scared, and it looked so threatening, but yeah. I mean, that's the whole point, right? Once you running into it is the nightmare, but if you can avoid it, yes. You want to do that. Anyway, let's, yeah, I did forget my second encounter, so effectively we're taking... We did Arm second, so we have 85% Doom. I think we have the 6th floor as well. 91%, and then we take damage, so... Let me calculate this. 3 stamina damage, 3 reason damage. Yeah, we should be perfectly fine here. We can rest once, but I don't need to. Yeah, I don't need to. And even if we failed every single check here, we should be able to level up just by nature of you still get 2 experience per investigation. But for the purposes of not dying here, let's take stamina and move on. You can avoid it for 1 stamina, they did STE, yeah, so... Because there's really only 2 guaranteed points. I think both of them... No, there's only 1 guaranteed way to get STE, and the other one you have to... The other STE procs you have to force yourself into. Am I saying this wrong? My mind is being fried right now, so... Anywho, I don't remember who this is. I'm just going to say Apartment Stalker and move on with life. And I accounted for taking 2 hits in Takshisan, so... Yeah, let's find out. Yes, we do not have the handcuffs, but we shouldn't need them. In fact, we should be able to even just do this, now, unless I miss one of these strong attacks, in which case I'm just going to be very sad. But for the moment, we should be perfectly fine. We even have Kana with us. We did miss an attack, by the way. But as long as we hit this, we should be perfectly fine. Yeah, missing 2 95% in a row would have been very, very, very interesting. But as we complete this Azal run, we'll do one more run and avoid frying my brain and getting reset here as I show you the scoreboard that we have after completing an Azal run. And unless I do that to myself. There we go. And yeah, that's Azal and Kutarufu gone. And let's move into our last run of the stream. Unless anyone has any requests, say so now. That way I can just not waste your time as I get into Yogatag Medical History Character Exclusive Miku. So... my sub-character, but hey, I think I've actually still survived more Yashiro runs than Miku. But anyway, second encounter, Light, Charisma, Strength, Takshisan, and maybe a Knowledge check in that order, but we're just going to take Strength because Miku. So yeah. And so now with that said, let's move School Nurse and save this loadout. I'll set Schoolyard from now on. Let's actually play consistently somewhat. But since we're Miku, normally what I might do is sell the medical kit so I have more funds without trading Doom. But because we're Miku and we want to get at least 1 use of Mayhem, we want to do it. Unless our run is really, really bad. Mermaid's Coma or Mystery combination is bad. Metamorphosis, Ramen, Flood. Yeah, this isn't the worst thing in the world. We'll save Coma for last. Mermaids can be next. Probably should be next. And away we go. Now, I would have liked School Nurse, funny enough, on this run now, but... too late. So let's just prepare for funds. Let's just prepare for all the funds. We don't even have random item stats. So we don't need to worry about a tragedy appearing when we enter this thing. But unlike consistency and what most people would do, I'm going to grab the shovel. And let's see what else we do. So we do have Metamorphosis, which is going to result in a few mansion investigations. What else do we have? We had Flood, and we had something in between. Ramen. But downtown, and then we have Ramen. So Ramen is 4 downtown investigations immediately. So that's why we're going to set the police patrols to downtown. Because just in general, you're going to visit, like, if you have Ramen, but then, I have Metamorphosis, so I have a few mansion investigations. You're probably going to visit downtown a lot more anyway. We're going to take a nap just to increase Doom a little bit. But once we profit from Mayhem, let's visit the monument once. And move on with life. Wow, I was speaking so much I coughed to myself. We can't actually fight this ghost here. Or things. And yeah, let's 2-shot this ghost. With the power of the shovel. That's the other... I guess that's one small advantage the shovel has. Even if the Ghost gets HP scaling in later mysteries. Because normally, if you're using a 4 damage weapon after the first mystery, you can't 2-shot Toilet Ghost through Sever. But with the power of the shovel, you can do it pretty much no matter what, right? Unless you're on the last mystery, maybe? But by that time, you're... Yeah, no. By that time, you probably wouldn't be fighting it. But anywho, Glued Corpse. Do I want to take -4 all damage for this? I could. But we have Metamorphosis. Do I want to run instead? Mayhem? We have Flood, but I don't know if we're going to be saving enough. But 4 all damage, ugh. Yeah, let's just run away. We don't get any experience, but hey, it's fine for the moment. Now, funny enough, us being on Yogatag hurts me a little bit. If Yogatag doesn't proc and Doom lowers, but we'll see. We are going to do a thing here. We could humor this encounter, but we're not gonna do that, so away we go. Also, we're on medical history, so finding the Glued Corpse, if he took 4 all damage and an injury, that would have been very, very bad. Let's see if we can level up before the end of Metamorphosis here. That's why fighting the Glued Corpse can have been good. Could have been good, sorry. But let's see. I should have used the corpse. Yeah, so actually we can just level up now. If you fight something immediately, please give me adrenaline. Okay, good. That's all I really wanted to see. Okay, now we're good for the rest of the run, unless I get 3 hallucinations, 2 flashbacks, or something weird. We shouldn't die. Although we are using the shovel, any average weapon or faster would have been great. But really, this is all I'm asking for. We use the corpse dust, so let's just play with the numbers and not take that luck check. And move on with life. Basically, yes. In general, when you're playing Miku, a little bit of Doom increases is not so bad. But you still don't want to increase Doom as much as possible. If nothing else, if you still want to be very... I rolled a 12 on luck, so it didn't matter anyway. I forgot that was a luck check, by the way. But even if you're very conservative on Doom, then the least I can say is that you probably should push your Doom to 21%. And then after that, you can do whatever you want, basically. But as I continue dying here, we're leaving the police patrols on downtown, but still. 5 dexterity, 5 knowledge. Well, at least we profited off that. We did not run into a single enemy, but Glued Corpse is our second encounter, so that's at least I remember. We probably should just pop these painkillers now, because we're probably going to get the stamina bug, but I guess we'll find out, right? Yeah, I guess we'll find out. So we're going to do one big attack here. If we do get the stamina bug, we can immediately desperate action. But regardless, I think we're just going to play it safe and just do something like this. Yeah. Actually, can we prep attack, prep attack? No, we have to gamble. Yeah, we'd have to gamble. Tiny cuts. That's not so bad. Yeah, and that's kind of the reason why I want to get out of this immediately, but I don't want to take a risk here, so we're just going to keep doing this. Okay, good. We could Desperate Struggle, no point. And away we go. We are not proccing any funds off this shovel, so I actually did make a bad choice in weapon selection. But basically, in my opinion, around this time, you want the shovel to proc a few times, so that by the time you enter your 4th or 5th mystery, you can get a pack of cigarettes. But that's assuming you use the vending machines as well, so... Really a me strategy, basically. But let's just 2-shot this encounter with the power of the prep shovel. But yes, now that since I can do Brace Prep Strong with the shovel, it does benefit me to, and with Adrenaline, it does benefit me to do a lot of fun stuff. That being said, I could opt to... I don't want to do that, though. I think I just play it safe. Yeah, I just play it safe with Brace Prep Attack. And then we do Desperate Struggle. Prep Strong. This is 18 damage, right? It is. That went into my storage. That's fine for the moment. Let's actually just pop these painkillers now. I'm scared. The school, we visit the school, and let's actually start saving on Doom. Do I risk this? I'm gonna risk it. That's okay. That could have been worse. So let's just get into our 4th mystery with 63% Doom. I don't think there's any other way we can decrease Doom aside from Monument Praying, but for the moment, fun, so let's do the... Yeah, no point bracing anyway. Kind of. No? Yeah, no, we want to brace. The reason why we want to brace, so, well, we could take 2 Reason and deal 9 damage, or unless you want to gamble, you could do this. But since it's not guaranteed, this would be more damage, but this is more damage per point taken guaranteed. Or more damage dealt guaranteed per damage taken, because this is -1 Reason for 6 damage, so in 2 Reason, I deal 12 damage. Or I could prep Strong, which is only going to be 9 damage per 2 Reason, which is not as great. Now, we are on medical history, so we could just end up eating it in the face here in terms of taking a lot of injuries, but hopefully that doesn't happen. In fact, I should have gambled there, but it's fine. Fractured ribs, isn't that? No, that's dexterity. I thought that was more max stamina, but I saw that my stamina didn't drop yet, so... That being said, I should trade off some stamina here, but we're not getting much else at the moment, so we're basically waiting until the very last moment to trade off stamina. So we'll trade off 4 stamina for 2 Reason, and be on our merry way. Riots doesn't really matter as much. What was my second encounter? Glued Corpse, I think? Yeah. Doomed already is going to help us immensely, and we're just going to keep pouring on Strength. I will take Reason here, and Ramen. Because we do Ramen in Tacoma. And Ramen in Tacoma, you have like 6 to 7 downtown investigations, so let's actually take the... Knowing that we have Doomed already, let's lower our Doom some more. And move on. Now, can you please give me some procs? I also never got any funds with the shovel. I may have gotten 1 or 2 funds, but that's... We want more. And yeah, brace, prep, attack. Can we do strong, actually? We could almost do strong. We can. 95%. Let's go for it. Is this one shot? No. It's very close, but no. I still do have the medical kit. Is there anything I want to get rid of? Not really. Probably would have been the dislocated shoulder, but we could get a worse injury later on. Really? I guess I brace again. I didn't know that was gonna be that worthless. Anywho. Yeah, let's do brace prep attack until the end then. Fine, so be it. Why am I taking any risks at all? Just do prep strong. And away I go. Lift the heaviest box. Again, my comfort zone for being near topped off is about 2 or 3 below max stamina or max reason. Anything lower or higher than that, I usually... If I'm higher than that threshold, what I choose to do is just end up, like, if I'd say, oh, you know, usually losing 4 or 5 stamina is bad, I just lose 4 or 5 stamina. If I'm below, though, then I'm a bit more conservative. I can go for a one-shot here. Do I want to? No. Let's just brace here and be certain. So we'll do that, and then do bling. Prep strong. That's strength and dexterity, right? So let's get rid of that after this. And away we go. I could also opt to do a thing. Yeah, we have Coma. If we have Takshisan, so be it. I think I'd rather grab the extra experience here. No, we were on... Why did I not... Okay, I was about to say. Why did I not get this smelly? I was like, I am on ramen, right? Anywho. I should have probably actually saved this for later. I also wasn't even thinking about it, but if I take looting and the shovel, I theoretically get a lot more funds. But I didn't get as much funds as I thought. And now that we got price hike, it kind of doesn't matter. But you know what? It's not so bad. We're going to level up to level 5 anyway, so we'll just take... extra reason in the bath, and away we go. As long as nothing tragic happens, we should be perfectly fine here, is what I'm trying to say. Although, is this a dupe god? No. Yeah, it's the Ogothag. So, 5 dexterity. Well, thankfully, they gave me a very good dexterity check, and away we go. Luck. Probably gonna fail, because, yeah, we used the corpse dust. Yogothag, stuff, reason hits, and let's find out if we survive. Again, our Doom could just shoot up through the roof, but let's find out, shall we? So, What do we do here? Yeah, a pack of cigarettes would have been very nice, but unfortunately, that's not what happened. Abdominal cut lowers my max stamina even further. And we have to brace again. That's quite unfortunate. But it's fine. It saves me on Doom, is what I'm trying to say. I could Witch Tree. Yeah, I'm gonna Witch Tree once for stamina. Paranoia's not so bad. Could have been a lot worse. Oh, the game would roll 12 on strength with a +1 modifier, so I was not passing that no matter what. Well, away we go. So let me make sure I don't have the knowledge check. The glued corpse is our second encounter, if it matters. But I think we take stamina here, and we should be fine no matter what. Stamina and reason-wise, but let's make sure. Do we have the 6th floor? We do, so increasing our knowledge here would save us on stamina. We have Toxicity last, though? Is there a reason for it? No. No, there's not. So we just take this reason in the face. We can Desperate Struggle Toxicity because we lose 5 reason overall. But... no, I think we just take... Yeah, we take knowledge here. Do we take knowledge here? We take knowledge here. I'm not going to somehow die, right? Let me just make sure. Paranoia. Chance of losing reason each time I lose stamina. Okay, I'm going to rest twice just to be sure. I might not be able to Desperate Struggle Toxic... No, actually I can. I still can. Glued Corpse. Yeah, my Doom should be perfectly fine. It's everything else I'm scared of. So... But as long as we hit 3 reason here perfectly, I think we're fine no matter what. Because, yeah, we won't be taking any more, really, stamina damage, so we can't proc Paranoia. And we can still Desperate Struggle Takshisan for funsies, so... yeah, dude, he's in a lot of pain. I'm gonna throw the shovel as well. I could probably do more, but yeah, Takshisan, I'm literally and figuratively digging Takshisan into his grave. But as we complete this Yogatag run here, hey, a really good bread and... I was going to say something, there's a phrase for it, but there's a bread and butter Miku, and we completed the Yogatag run. So yeah, without further ado, for the rest of this week, I'll basically surprise you, but I think I'm going to... On Wednesday, we're going to be doing a World of Horror stream, where we're going to be making a character tier list. And I'm gonna kind of set up the the requirements for, or the way I'm basing my tier list, because there are a bunch of ways to look at World of Horror, and there are basic tier lists you can make. But we're gonna kind of just make like a baseline Harbinger tier list. That's the general overview of what I'm trying to do, as I show you the scoreboard here, because I should be putting that on screen. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing on Wednesday. It's not the best day, but I have things planned for the weekend anyway, so we'll see if I get that done. The next weekend might look very sparse if I don't complete certain things, and that's all on me. But without further ado, we'll end on a score of 3 as I end this stream here. So without further ado, if you want to get in contact with me through Discord or a comment section on this channel, is probably the most informal but still kind of formal way. Otherwise, I do have an email that you can use to contact me for... you know, if you want to be more private, or if you want to reach me for like more, you know, business related things as it relates to this channel. But without further ado, yeah, I think I'm just going to end the stream here. Nothing else really much to say. So thank you very much for anyone who came to watch, or anyone watching this as a VOD. But I like to just do that one time. Thank you one more time, and yeah, I'll end the stream. Have a safe day. I hope no matter where you are in the world, I hope you're safe, and I'll see you later. Thank you for watching. Bye! Jordan, end the stream. Hit the